Family Services librarians at the Riverhead Free Library. Welcome to 3D Leaf Art, and we are going to be having some painting and gluing fun. Okay, so before we get started, I am going to explain the palette knives to you. So working this way, these larger three are really meant for the background when you lay out the sky or when you are painting something that will take up a larger surface area of your canvas or canvas board. These smaller ones are meant for creating texture. Palette knives are more meant to cause a gradient effect in the paint of combining colors or by lobbing on different portions of paint amounts to create a 3D effect. So we're going to be getting to these in the later half of the painting. The first half of the painting, we'll be focusing on these. Okay, so as you just saw in the instructions, you will have received from us paints, canvas board, a cardboard leaf, and various leaf cutouts, as well as palette knives. At home, you will need the hot glue gun and glue sticks, plates, paper towels, and a jar of water. This is to wipe off the knives. So first off, I'm going to be starting off doing a fall sunset sky, so you're going to always want to work from the back to the front of a scenery. So first off, just going to kind of take a dollop, line it out on where in the sky you want it to go. The lightest color is going to be where your light source is, so that could be anywhere in the sky that you want it to be. And from there, you're going to work out, and as you work out, the sky is going to get darker, like you see in a sunset. On the horizon, the sun is very bright, and then as you keep on looking up, it gets darker. So that is what I'm going for here. Just to forewarn you, these acrylics are a little on the watery side. They're not a thick formula of paint, so you're just going to want to be careful. It's better to start off with small dollops and then work your way into building up the color. So you're going to want to stick with your light source first. Work your way over. This is why we have the paper towel underneath, because you're going to go over the edges a little bit. It's better to have smaller dollops. You can always increase it later on. In painting, it's harder to make a color brighter that is already laid on very thick and dark. So it's better to just have lighter colors and then go from there. So I'm going to finish the layout of the sky and I'll be right back with you. So while the canvas board is drying, with having completed the sky background that you are satisfied with, you can move on to painting the wood leaf that you would have received. There are 3 different styles of leaf that you could have possibly gotten. This is an oak one. You could have received dogwood or maple. So I'm going to be sticking with the smaller ones since it's also a smaller surface area. So you can get away with using one of these to cover the leaf. So totally up to you, whatever colors. I gave you a ample amount of different colors for you to use. So I am really kind of feeling a reddish brown leaf today. So we're going to start with a very light coat of a red and white gradient leaf. Looks a little pink, but like I said, we can build up color later on. So as you see here, the different streaks of the red, the yellow, the white, that's very much a aesthetic that is created by the palette knives. Something you can't easily accomplish with just a brush on its own. You would have to do different layers working from light to dark, starting off with the white, then the yellow, and then streaking on the red. And doing it very lightly, because red is darker than both those colors. So that's just one of the advantages to using a palette knife. Up to you if you would like to add the veins of the leaf on yours, whatever you would like to do, make a galaxy leaf. I like the streakiness of it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more yellow down here. It looks a little too pink for me. Pink is not exactly a fall leaf color. Could be in your world. In my world, it's not. Okay, with the sky almost about dry, we're going to start working on the bottom. So I'm going to approach it as if this is a field. So the different blades of grass and foliage that are there. So taking a black and just kind of using the edge here. You're just gonna wanna do the little wisps, a little bit more. Different blades of grass going along, all different directions. You're gonna want to work back to forward again. So the darkest is always in the back. So that's why I'm going for the black color first. So I'll fill this up. We're gonna go from black to brown and fill up the bottom row. We'll be right back. Okay, now that the sky is all dry, our grass is dry, the leaf is dry, time to now work on our tree. So you can make this as close as you want depending on the actual colors you would choose. I'm going to make it look like it's further away, so you actually would use darker colors for that. So on my plate, I'm going to put some black, the darker brown, and I'll just leave the white in reserve. So you're going to go back and use your larger one to kind of mix it up and create what's almost like a tree bark looking. Have it, you like see that? Almost like it's tree bark. So you're going to want to have it really mixed up. You don't want to get rid of one color over the other. You want a true, just a mix of the two. If it seems like one color is dominating, you just add back another color. So in this case, it looks like the black is dominating it. So we'll just go back and add a little bit of that dark brown. Let me put it on this cap. It's starting to drip a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let me just wipe this off a bit. Okay. So this technique I actually did get from Bob Ross. I grew up watching him. So this same mixing method, and then you, with this type of palette knife with the diagonal edge, you're actually just going to splice it so you have a little bit of roll of paint there. So depending on what you're actually going to want to do, judge and look which side you want your leaf to go on, because the opposite side is where your tree is going to be. So my leaf is going to go in the bottom left corner for me, so the tree is going to go on the other side. So just kind of start to drag that down a bit. Tree does not have to be perfectly straight. Trees are never just sticks in nature. They are knobby, they're thick, they're thin, they change shapes as they get taller. Don't have to stress out on making your tree look absolutely perfect. I know mine is not. Okay. Wipe that off. So now we're going to add some of that white to this to make the highlight. I'm going to add that white. There's a little bit of red in it from when I did the leaf, but that's okay. Alright. Yeah, that looks nice, that little marbled effect there. So I'll take a portion of that to put in the highlight. So again, we'll go diagonal. Okay, so I picked up where I want it on the palette knife. There's a nice little gradient marbled effect there of the white, the black, the brown. So that's going to act as your highlight. Anything that is white is a highlight. So judging from where your light source is, mine is coming from the back. So the other side of the tree is not visible. So you're going to have to go from where the light source is, going down the line here. See, and now this side of the tree looks lighter. Let's kind of straighten that out a little bit. All right. Just kind of make that a little bit nicer looking. There we are. Now that looks like tree bark. Tree kind of branch off a bit here. Kind of make it kind of go off the page. There we go. Okay, so the tree is going to need branches. So using the same paint here, there's plenty of it. One side, just kind of take the edges like you did with the grass. Draw out. There we go. That side's better. Alright, so it's going to be the other side then. So you can put your branches however you would like them, and you will let this dry, and after this we will attach our leaves before putting on our wood leaf. Alright, just about there. Just have to add the last little bit here. Don't want to forget any other part of our tree. You can put however little, however many leaves you would like, totally up to you. You could put no leaves. Again, it's fall, it's your tree. Do what you wish. And just a little bit in the ends here. And a little more. Okay, let me have a look. Just a couple of hot glue gun flyaways, the strings, but those will come off. No need to worry about pulling them off. You don't want to pull the leaves off. Alright, but otherwise, if you are so willing, I don't have any here, but sometimes a metallic marker or even anywhere in the corner, you can sign the name on your masterpiece. And here we are.